בעזרת השם, גמרא ברכות, כ"ח עמוד ב', 28b. משנה, the Mishnah says, רבן גמליאל אומר, בכל יום מתפלל אדם 18. Every day, when you pray, you say a prayer that includes 18 blessings. 18 ברכות, right? 18 blessings. יפה. רבי יהושע אומר מעין 18. You say העמידה that includes, which is a short version of the 18. Just to have an idea, ברוך הבא, just to have an idea, you have ברכת המזון. When do you say ברכת המזון? When you eat bread. After you eat bread, right? If you eat מזונות, מעין 3. למה? Some hold that not every mezonot that we say mezonot is mezonot. For example, the Rashba says, one of the Rishonim, 1,000 years ago, says, mezonot is defined only something which is crunchy. Something which is not crunchy is not mezonot. So if you eat a bagel, or if you eat a croissant, or if you eat any of those type of things, a cake, right? You have to say hamotzi. And the last beracha, birkat hamazon. According to Rashi, mezonot is defined in the Gemara. It's not called mezonot. There's no such word mezonot. Pat abba bekisnin. Bread that come in kisnin. What's kisnin? Rashi says kisnin comes from kiss, pocket. So a dough made into a pocket, borekas, you fill up. But Rashi says, not even cheese and meat. Rashi says, filled up with sweet things, like raisins and almonds. Anything else is not mezonot. Any cake, any cookie, anything else is motzi. So if you eat a cream cake, you have to say, wash your hands, netilat yadayim, hamotzi, birkat hamazon. Shulchan Aruch says, and the Rambam, if you want to know, the Rambam, the last Ma'omer Rambam, if you mix the dough, Baruch haba, I think there's another Gemara right over here. The Rambam says, if you mix in the dough, when you make the dough, milk or juice or margarine, the dough becomes mezonot. If you didn't mix anything of this, see if you eat a cracker, a salty cracker to the Rambam, motzi. You would have to say motzi. The Shulchan Aruch says, wow, Shlosha Geonei Olam, those are giants. The Rashba, the Shulchan Aruch kotev alav, he writes on the Rashba, Shulchan Aruch writes on the Rashba, Or Ha'olam is the light of the world. This is the Rashba. The Rambam, one of the biggest Chachamim we ever had. The Rashi commented the whole Torah. Shulchan Aruch says, I'm going to decide between the three. I'm not getting into it. That's what they tell you. There was once a big discussion. Rabbi Yonatan Abshitz, right, which was a Hasid, right, and there was with another rabbi which was Litai. And you know the Lithuanians were against Hasidim, right? So Misnagdim, okay? So one of the rabbis, they asked them, what do you think? He says, let them fight. I'm not getting in mixed. When two mountains fight, you stay quiet. Shulchan Aruch Omer, I'm going to decide who is right, the Rambam, the Rashba, the Rashi. I'm going to write, all three are right. If you eat pat kisnin, like Rashi, mezonot. If you eat a cracker, like the Rashba, crusty, mezonot. If you eat a dough which is sweet with raisins, not bread that you put raisins. The dough itself is sweet, not raisins. Sorry, with juice, with the thing, mezonot. Misafek. Now, because it's a doubt, mezonot. If you say on an orange mezonot, you're okay, right? Alakol, anything that you say mezonot by mistake is good besides water. Water is the only thing, if you say mezonot, it's not good. You take an apple. Somebody chosev b'tshuva. Misken. מה מסכן? לא, ברוך השם. אבל מסכן שהוא לא יודע שום דבר. He takes an apple, הוא עושה ברוך אתה השם, and he screams, he wants everybody to answer amen. ברוך אתה השם, לכולם בורא מיני מזונות. תאכל, eat, it's okay. למה? הכל זה מזון. Everything is food, כן? Everything is food.
The real mistakes could be adama and ants. That's where.
Right. That's some mistakes are not acceptable, right? But mezonot. So if I say mezonot on something, you take bread, and you thought it's motzi, mezonot, but it's real bread. It's real bread. אתה חשבת זה מזונות. So you go, you take without washing hands, nothing. אתה עושה ברוך אתה השם בורא מיני מזונות. יצא. יפה. יצא. If you see המוציא לכם מן הארץ, יצא. Because according to some opinions, it's מוציא. The problem is...
בוא נגיד על תפוח, אם עשית בורא פרי אדמה, עדיין תופס.
תופס. נכון. אבל מזונות includes everything, right? שהכל includes everything. So the Shulchan Aruch says, any type of cake, you're going to say מזונות, יצא. You know when's the problem? ברכה אחרונה. I cannot say ברכת המזון on something which is מזונות. It's 3 ברכות in vain. אזן את הכל, על הארץ ועל המזון, בונה ירושלים. הטוב והמיטיב. I cannot say ברכה in vain. מזונות, the initial ברכה, it's okay. The initial is okay. The final ברכה is a problem. So חכמים, what they do, הם עשו ברכה מעין 3. מה זה מעין? Including. So this ברכה includes all the 3 ברכות. כן? על המחיה, ועל תנומת השדה, ועל עץ חמדה התורה. כן? ותבנה ירושלים ירקוש מרמנו, נודה לך, everything is there. So when you say ברכה אחרונה על מזונות, you say מעין 3. מה זה מעין 3? You took 4 ברכות, reduced it to 1. Mishnah over here, coming back to over here. רבן גמליאל 18 ברכות, 18. Comes Rabbi Yeshua, no, מעין 18. There is a blessing of the Amidah that includes all the 18 blessings. It's called מעין 18. And every day you can just, at their time. Chayalim. At their time, you could have said this Amidah, which takes exactly maybe 2 minutes. יצא. אז רבי יהושע אומר, כן? אומר מעין י"ח. רבי עקיבא אומר, רבי עקיבא comes now in between. says, אם שגורה תפילתו בפיו, מתפלל 18. ואם לאו, מעין 18. Why is this all discussion? You know why? פעם היה סידורים. In the olden days, there was books, there was בכלל paper. היה משהו paper? 2,000 years ago, paper didn't exist. Right? So there was no sidur written. Some people did not know the 18, did not know the Amidah. Everything was by heart. Says Rabbi Akiva, if you know the 18 by heart, say the full Amidah. And if you don't know it, do like Rabbi Yoshua. So basically Rabbi Akiva is like, comes in the middle. You know the whole Amidah? Do like Rabban Gamliel, the whole Amidah. You don't know the whole Amidah? The short version is very short. It's few lines to remember. So say the מעין 18, כן? That's Rabbi Akiva. אם שקורה תפילתו בפיו, מתפלל 18. ואם לאו, מעין 18. רבי אליעזר אומר. רבי אליעזר says, העושה תפילתו קבע, אין תפילתו תחנונים. If you come to the prayer with the mood, with the thought, oh, I have to do the prayer, I cannot go. If you come this way, your prayer, you know, if in front of Hashem, what are you doing exactly? Okay? Like if you come, like you feel it's a burden. אתה מרגיש כאילו מסע עליך, it's a burden. You can never ask Hashem for anything. You tell Hashem, please Hashem, I need פרנסה, please Hashem, I need רפואה, please Hashem, give me. אתה בא, אתה עושה, מי ישמע לך בכלל? Who is going to listen to you? כן? ואומר לך פה, רבי יהושע אומר, ההולך במקום סכנה, if you go in a dangerous place like in the olden days, that all the דרכים were like deserts, forests, all הדרכים האלה, מתפלל תפילה קצרה, short prayer, short version. What's the short version? ואומר, this is the short version. הושע השם את עמך, את שארית ישראל, בכל פרשת העיבור יהיו צורכם לפניך, ברוך אתה השם שומע תפילה. This is the whole עמידה.
So less than 2
One line.
minutes.
מעין.
זה אפילו מעין דמעין. This is כאילו the short of the short. אתה מבין? זה קיצור של קיצור שולחן ערוך.
זה בכל פרשת העבור.
העיבור, כשהם הולכים בדרך, כשהם הולכים בעיבור, בדרך, עוברים, לעבור, יהיו צורכם לפניך, watch over them, כן? אומר פה, אומרת המשנה, כן? והיה רוכב על החמור, if somebody is riding a donkey, this is another הלכה. ירד והתפלל. If you're riding a donkey, if you're driving a car, stop and say, you want to say Birkat Hamazon, you eat a sandwich in the car. Okay? You're allowed to eat and drive. Okay, it's okay. Comes Birkat Hamazon, stop on the shoulder. Stop, go off the shoulder, right? Go to the shoulder, תעשה ברכת המזון, continue on your way. אל תעשה ברכת המזון as you're driving. אין לך שום כוונה. You're concentrating on the road. You're not thinking בכלל, אז סתם אומר מילים. So you have to stop, right?
היה אבל איזה עניין שאם הוא הולך בדרך צריך להיכנס לאיזה מקום, לא?
לחורבה, זה דוו. אבל שמה...
היה גם את העניין הזה עם הרב שנכנס...
רבי יוסי, כן, רבי יוסי, שמה וו עמוד א'. שמה over there, it's a different case. Over there, when you go on the way, and you're in a field, try to find an enclosed place. Try to find a tree to daven next to a tree. Don't daven in the open. Don't pray in the open. It's like... יפה. שם זה היה מעשה של רבי יוסי, שהוא נכנס לחורבה, אבל ה-idea was, if you pray on the way, you get off the donkey, and you pray on the way, try to find an enclosed place.
זה השאלה, אבל למה? למה?
משום זה...
אבל יפה, יצחק
to pray, יפה. אבל בזמנו, אולי היה שם משהו, אולי היה שם איזה עץ. אז אומרים לך, חז"ל say, when you pray in the open, it's like גאווה. It's arrogance. אתה מחפש יותר צניעות. You drive the way. You stop in a parking lot. You stand to do the Amidah. It's time to mincha. You want to do the Amidah. Open the door of the car and pray in front of the door. שיהיה כאילו קיר מולך. מבין? לא להתפלל open. כי אנשים עוברים, car passes, זה מבלבל. Open the door of the car and pray in front of the door. You go somewhere, יש עץ, there's a tree, go pray next to a tree. Okay? This is a separate halacha. Right? Right now he's telling you, as you want to pray, get off the donkey. Okay? And he says over here, exactly, not to be on the move. ואם אינו יכול,
Even if you're a passenger?
what?
Even if you're a passenger?
No, if you're a passenger, it's okay. But it's better always to stop. To stop. So you're on a plane. Okay? You're not driving the plane. You don't put anybody in danger. So you can pray, right? Better to pray standing. And if you cannot pray standing, you sit and you pray. Okay? ואם אינו יכול... Now, ואם אינו יכול לרד, you cannot go off the donkey. יחזיר את פניו. At least your face should be in direction of Yerushalayim. Wherever you are. If it's east, west, whatever it is. ואם אינו יכול להחזיר את פניו, and if you cannot, because you're riding the donkey this way, you're riding this way, but Jerusalem is this way, right? You cannot go, are you going to ride the donkey like this? Right? אז יכוון את ליבו. Everything depends on your heart.
What if he doesn't know about Jerusalem?
Right. יכוון את ליבו כנגד בית קודש הקודשים. So always your heart should be towards the קודש הקודשים. היה מהלך בספינה, somebody was on a boat, או באסדה, on a rhapsody, right? יכוון את ליבו כנגד בית הקודש הקודשים. אסדה, rhapsody. Rhapsody is logs. Pieces of logs together, and they're tied together. וזה הולך על rivers. רפסודה. איפה היית במרוקו? רפסודה. You take logs, אתה לוקח חתיכות עצים, take pieces of wood, you attach them together, so basically it's a flat bed. It's a flat bed of wood. And this you put on the river, and it goes on the river, right? You have like a stick and you... Okay? יפה. Let's come back to the Gemara. The Gemara is asking an interesting question. Could you give me please the Siddur over here? The Gemara is asking the following question. You told me you have to pray Shmona Esrei, נכון? Hane, those 18 blessings, where are they coming from? מאיפה בא 18? כן, כן, כן. הנה, י"ח כנגד מי? Why 18?
אוקיי, הבנתי.
למה לא עשו 13? אחד, כמניין אחד. Why didn't they do 26 כמניין שם השם? Where did they get this number? חי. Why? כנגד מי? Where did they get the source when עזרא הסופר and בית דינו, אנשי כנסת הגדולה, they got together and they wanted to make an עמידה, right? Why 18? למה? says the גמרא, אמר רבי הלל, ברד רבי שמואל בר נחמני, כנגד 18 אזכרות שאמר דוד בהבו לשם בני אלים. Friday night, and also it's in Tehillim, but we say it's Friday night, we say מזמור לדוד, אבו לאדוני בני אלים, אבו לאדוני, כבוד בעוז, אבו לאדוני, כבוד שמו, השתחוו לאדוני, בהדרת קודש, כל אדוני, על המים, so on, so forth, if you count the name השם 18 times. עכשיו, לא סתם. לא בגלל, okay, so 18 times. So I'm going to find something else
26.
that has 26. I'm going to find something else that has 10. I want to read with you a Rashi. It's a combination of things. Over there, they have 18 times, but says Rashi, look at Rashi on your left side. Gemara, Avu Lashem Ben Elim, Shu Remez, over there, there's insinuation, בני אלים. מה זה בני אלים? אבו לאדוני בני אלים. מי זה הבנים? הבנים של האלים. מה זה אלים? Gods? לא. מה? Gods? Gods? חס ושלום?
לא. זה אגד אחד, אבל יש...
מה זה אלים? אז מה זה אלים?
What is that? Idols.
No.
לא.
אבו, give God. The sons of אלים. מי זה אלים?
מלאכים.
רמז לאבות. אלים זה אבות הקדושים, אברהם, יצחק ויעקב. רש"י says, איל מלשון חוזק. It's strength. איל זה strength. Ram. You know the ram with his horns? He gores. איל זה לשון חוזק. אבו לשם בני אלים. Give to Hashem the sons of the strong ones. Who are the strong ones for us? The my
למה אלים ולא אילים?
אלים זה, לא.
אז איל זה אחד...
אלים זה לשון חוזק. איל זה איל, it's an animal. אל זה לשון חוזק. אל מוציאה מצרים כתועפות ראם לו. אל מוציאה מצרים, זה לשון חוזק, אוקיי? So it's... חוזק, strength. אז אומר לך פה, he's telling you over here, first of all, they found in this מזמור, בני אלים, רמז לאבות. וגבורות וקדושת השם. כן? כן? Or it says גבורה, in this passage, אבו להשם כבוד ועוז, אבו להשם כבוד שמו, השתחוו להשם בהדרת קודש. קודש זה קדושה, קדוש, 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 כן? כן? אז אומר לך פה, in this מזמור, דוד המלך speaking of אבות, גבורות, קדושת השם, כדמרינם ראש השנה. מניין שאומרים אבות, the Gemara in ראש השנה says, where there is so insinuation for אבות, תמוד לומר, אבו להשם בני אלים. Means, from this מזמור, this was the psalm of inspiration to install the Amidah on 18 blessings, and each one of the blessings according to one of the words insinuated in this Mizmor. So this was the source of Chachamim to install Shmona Esrei, 18 blessings. Okay? The Gemara says, the Gemara continues by saying, Rav Yosef Amar, כנגד 18 הזכרות שבקריאת שמע. רב יוסף עושה, אתה יודע איפה כתוב 18 עוד פעם? קריאת שמע. הוא ניסה שמע ישראל. ואהבת את השם אלוקיך, בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך, ויהיו דברים לשנוכם מצווך היום על אליך ושנתם אליך. And you say, והיה, אם שמוע תשמעו, על מצוותיי שאנוכי מצווה אתכם, you're going to find 18 times, נו השם. כן? שמה בקריאת שמע, יש 18 times the name of השם.
עד ויומר?
כן, עד ויומר, including ויומר. Right? with קדש לי כל בכור, אם קדש לי כל בכור, you get 26. So אומר לך, the 18 came from the Shema. Came from the Shema. It says over here, Amar Rabbi Tanchum, Amar Rabbi Yehoshua ben Levi. You know where they got the 18s? כנגד 18 חוליות. 18, איך אומרים חוליות?
Vertebrates.
Vertebrates. In the spine, how many vertebrates you have? 18. Okay? So each blessing, Magen Avraham, Chaim Etim, Ata Kadosh, Chata Cholen Dav Dat, each blessing is connected one vertebrate. If your spine hurts you, okay? Check which one, go to the doctor, take a CT scan, find which one. Probably this in the Amidah, you're saying this wrong.
מה זה L4, L5?
כל עצמותיי תאמר.
יפה, קומי כמוך.
רבנו, מה זה L4, L5 וזה אחד?
מה זה?
L4, L5.
הספיין הוא קורא.
ספיין.
יש L4, L5
נו.
ו-S1.
מה, אתה חושב שאני דוקטור עכשיו? דבר איתי. So check, take the spine and write.
The 18th one is, so the number one is Atakadosh? No.
No, number one, מגן
Magen
אברהם.
Avraham.
חיים איתי, אתה קדוש, תכונן דעת דעת. רוצה בתשובה. So on and so forth, right?
So which one is the source?
Huh?
The source, it's the Shema, is it the Mishnah?
Three sources.
Three sources.
Three sources, all are right. First source, Avu Lashem Ben Elim. Second source, Shema. Third source, the spine of a person. He says over here, the source for 18 blessings. Right? Why 18 blessings? It says, and you have 18 vertebrates, right? He says over here, ואמר, זהו. אוקיי, עכשיו.
Inside Shema Yisrael there's 18 blessings.
18 Hashems.
18 name Hashem. 18 names of Hashem. Mizmor David, 18 names of Hashem. Spine, 18 vertebrae. Okay? Now, it says over here, V'amar Rabbi Tanchum, and you should know, there is Kabbalistic books, it's very rare to get. אתה כמעט אפשר למצוא את זה. יש ספרים של קבלה, שמצויר גוף האדם, they have the body of a person, next to each part of the body, they tell you how the mitzvot correspond. כן, so רושם לך, זה כנגד בשר בחלב, זה כנגד שבת, זה כנגד this, זה כנגד this. So you know if something hurts you, you're lacking that mitzvah. Also, בצפת היה רבי,
כל הגוף כואב. בגיל שלנו כל הגוף כואב.
In Tzfat, there was a rabbi called Rabbi Eliezer Azkari. Rabbi Eliezer Azkari was a tzaddik nistar. No one knew about him. Even the Arizal, lo yada. Maran Bet Yosef, lo yada. No one knew about him. Why? He was the shamash of Bet HaKnesset. He put the sidurim, he fixed the chairs, he fixed the bed. People thought he's kaze Amar, he's kaze, a nice person. One time, Lag BaOmer, everybody was dancing by the Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Everybody was dancing. The Arizal was there, the Bet Yosef was there, everybody. פתאום בא איזה בן אדם, a person came, כזה רב, with a white beard, nice, כולו אור. הוא לקח את האריזל ואת הבית יוסף, and he started dancing with them. And then as they were dancing, he grabbed Rabbi Eliezer Azkari, and he danced together with him. Everybody looked. When they finished, the man disappeared. When it's finished, the man disappeared. They asked the Arizal, who is this man? So who is this man? Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Wow. He came to dance with us. He was so happy we came. Okay, אז רגע, you okay, but Yosef okay, but why take the shamash? He says, he told me, this is not a shamash, this is a tzaddik nistar, big tzaddik nistar, we didn't know. He came to tell me this. Since then, it parsem. So this tzaddik nistar, Rabbi Eliezer Azkari, wrote a book called Sefer Charedim, sorry. In Sefer Charedim, he takes the 248 mitzvot. You can get it. Get it in. Somebody just reprinted it. He gave it to me a few weeks ago. Somebody just reprinted it in Israel, nice, with a nice cover. You can find it in libraries. all the 248 mitzvot, how they correspond to your body, which means, he says, כואב לך היד, איזה יד? כואב לך שמאל? So something is wrong with tefillin. אז תתאמץ, try to get your tefillin straight. כואב לך יד ימין? Try to do mitzvot with yad yamin. Kiddush, ulav, right? Whatever you do with the right hand, if it hurts you, you're lacking something, right? Your feet hurt you? He says, כשאתה הולך לחתונה, תרקוד עם החתן והכלה. And everything is going to disappear. אז הוא כותב, כל...
You got this book?
Yeah, I took it home. But I have this book, I can show it to you.
This is the book you said is hard to find.
Haredim. No, this is, you can find this, you can find any library.
which one is the hard
What
book?
the hard book to find is the Kabbalistic book with the picture of the body and each mitzvah corresponding to it. So you have the picture, a man, and you have each part of the body and
That you don't have.
like that. But he wrote, he grouped up the mitzvot corresponding to the body. So he says, I'm not going to tell you because he didn't do that, that's why it hurts you. I'm just going to group the mitzvot, and you should know, try to do all those mitzvot referring to your hand, referring to your foot, referring to your eye, referring to your nose, referring to your ears, right? If you do this, you're going to cure. As הוא לא אומר exactly what you're lacking, but he's telling you this is the group of mitzvot. You're lacking something over there, try to do all of them, like this you're going to be okay. Next time, remember me, I bring it. Weiter, okay? Says the Gemara, אמר רבי תנחום, אמר רבי יהושע בן לוי, כנגד 18 חוליות שבשדרה, ואמר רבי תנחום רבי יהושע בן לוי, המתפלל צריך שיכרע עד שיתפקקו כל החוליות שבשדרה. When you say, ברוך אתה השם, מגן אברהם, when you say השם, when you bow down, right? You have to hear the vertebrates cracking. You have to hear like a small crack.
If you don't hear it, you do it again.
Huh? No, you don't have to do it again.
If not, it's like trouble.
Yeah. But you have to hear it a little bit cracking, right? And it says over here, and he says, Ula amar, ad kede shira'eh isar keneged libo. Isar is a coin, like 25 cents. When you bow down, you have to have two folds. There's two folds in your body. Like over here, there's a fold. Nachon? Gampo, there's a fold. In between, there's a space of 25 cents. Right? A quarter. So when you do like this, you're supposed to have two folds and a small space between. That shows you that you really bend it. When you bend and you see the two folds, okay, you see the fold over here and the fold over here and the space in between, that shows you really are bent. Right? That's according to Ula. Rabbi Chana Amar, what happens to a man, Baruch Hashem, bli ayin hara, he eats good.
And for.
בריא.
בלשון המעטה.
ברוך השם, המתה, כן? אז הוא לא יכול לעשות ככה, he just moves his head, he's already, right? So he says over here, אמר רבי חנינא אמר, כיוון שנענה ראשו, שוב אין צריך. Just by nodding your head, you're okay. בן אדם מבוגר, an old person, he cannot bend, right? So just by doing like this, like the gesture, just doing like this, יצאת ידי חובה. אבל for sure, if you have no problem, right, and you're not, right, so try as much as you could. The most ideal is שישמע את החוליות, hear the vertebrates, right? Also, you can see the two folds. If not, at least nod your head. A little bit more, whatever you could.
What's the custom of Yom Kippur to bend up? Are you supposed
No,
to
Yom
bend up?
Kippur is different. Yom Kippur, over there, it says they were bowing down. There's inclination, and there's bowing. What's bowing? Bowing, the Rambam says, Ishtachavaya, you have to put yourself on the floor. You have to be completely on the floor. Lie on the floor completely, straight.
יום כיפור.
יפה. אז עכשיו, אם בית המקדש, מה עשו? לא הכהנים. והכהנים והעם. What did they do? They would go flat on the floor, נכון? So some kept this custom. Ashkenazim, some Syrians have this custom. They bring, מה אתה?
כולם עושים, לא כולם עושים.
לא. איזה בית אתה מתפלל? לא של מרוקאים, בטוח.
מרוקאים לא עושים?
לא.
ביום כיפור לא?
You don't
No.
go on the knees?
אחד ואחד לא עושים, אחד ושתיים.
You go-
כן, אבל לא משתחווים.
כלום.
You go on the knees, but not flat.
If you go on the knees, you have to go flat. The Moroccans, they just bow down as much as possible, but they don't go flat. Bow, but they don't go flat. Okay? Others go flat. That's why people, Ashkenaz and Syrians, they bring a small carpet, מרים שטיח קטן, because you're not allowed to bow down on the floor, which is with tiles, right? You have to. It's like a type of avodah zarah. To bow down on the floor with tiles, it's avodah zarah. So you have to put a small carpet. Okay? So since you have to bow down, okay? So people bow down completely, but זה השתחוויה, bowing down. In Amidah, you don't have to bow down. You have to incline. Inclination. So inclination is telling you how much inclination to hear the vertebrates crack.
Some people say, like you said, not as much as you can. But some people say it's too much ga'ava. If you do all the way, like you're bending down too much.
Why?
Because you show off
That you're young?
that you too much.
That you sports? The Rabbi Ishchai is a question. The Rabbi Ishchai is a question. Huh?
At one time I heard you bow
Yeah, the Gemara is going to say this soon. The Rabbi Ishchai is the question in the Amidah, in the Tefillah, at the end of the Tefillah, שהם משתחווים להבל וריק ומתפללים אל הישיעה ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים. מה זה קריאה? Going on your knees, kneeling. קריאה. משתחווים זה going flat. How can you say that if you don't do that? It's שקר. How can you say ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים? No one kneels and no one goes flat, right? Says the Rabbi Ishchai. The Rambam writes, הרמב"ם כותב, מה קורה לבן אדם שבא לבית המקדש? When you come to the temple, you have to kneel, you have to bow down. But if it's an old person, מה הוא עושה? The Rambam מביא פסוק, he brings a pasuk, כן? He brings a pasuk. He says, this pasuk is like a few seconds to say it. This pasuk, if you just nod your head and you keep your head down, the time to say this pasuk, כן? זה כאילו השתחווית. So basically, when people do עלינו לשבח, and you say, אנחנו משתחווים, some people, אנחנו משתחווים, in order it should not be שקר, to not be a lie, אנחנו משתחווים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים. You have to pause 2 seconds, at least, to say the time to say this pasuk, and then you can redress it. But you cannot say, אנחנו משתחווים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, and you're up already. אתה אמרת משתחווה, he didn't bow down, he didn't kneel. אז תשאיר קצת ככה, זה כאילו השתחווית. The same idea over here. You should, when you incline, you should hear the bones crack. And if you can't, at least nod your head as if, right? זה גם נחשב, it also considered. Says over the Gemara, והוא דמצער נפשהו מחזיק כמאן דקרא. What does it mean? By nodding your head, you feel like it's too much for you. Like the old man or the very healthy man, right? When they nod their head, they feel they cannot go more than that. The fact that they feel that they cannot go more than that, that's good enough for them. But if you could go more. Till you feel you cannot anymore. So if you can nod your head only, nod your head. If you can a little bit more, go a little bit more. If you can completely, do completely. According to your possibilities.
Can you bow down, but you have a hard time coming up and you help yourself with something?
Yeah. Yeah.
I do that sometimes.
Yeah.
It depends the day.
So if you can't, you can't. If you can't, you can't.
Yes, don't bend too much.
Exactly. Don't bend too much because then you're gonna ask everybody pick me up, please. Okay? Says over here, the Gemara, Anit Manasre. Why are you saying 18? You just tell me there's 18 Berakhot, there's 18? No. Anit Manasre, 19 Avian. It's 19. It's 19, it's not 18. How do you call it? Tfilat? 18. But really, if you count, יפה. אמר רבי לוי, יפה. אמר רבי לוי, Birkat HaTzedokim beyavne tiknua. This was a 19th blessing was instaured later on in the time of the Romans when the Tzedokim, the Tzedokim, the ones who believed only in the written Torah, not in the oral Torah, and they were going against Chachamim, and they were snitching on our sages to the Romans, and the Romans used to kill the Chachamim, laminim velamalshinim, to the snitchers, al titikva. הם היו הולכים לרומאים, oh, this guy didn't pay taxes. Or this guy, he put tefillin when you said he cannot put tefillin. This guy was studying Torah. So they made a special prayer to get rid of those laminim. Laminim means they are, how do you call this? They don't believe in anything. Means apikoros, he doesn't believe. Velamalshinim. Apikoros, somebody doesn't believe in God. And malshinim, snitchers. He goes to snitch on a Jew in front of a goy.
אבל אין היום.
כן.
מס הכנסה חיים.
They live on it. He says over here, I know somebody, a Jew, told me, after he did tshuva, but was too late. He had a business with a friend. They got into a fight. He called the government that the other guy didn't pay taxes. אבל אחר כך he suffered so much. He regretted. איך אתה... Okay, you don't get along with him. אתה הולך לקרוא לגוורמנט against him. אתה משוגע? But he understood. He got so much makot. He understood. says over here the Gemara, so ביבנה תקנוה. כנגד מי תקנוה? Why? They instaured it. אמר רבי לוי, כן? אמר רבי לוי, לרבי הלל ברד רבי שמואל בר נחמני, כנגד אל הכבוד ירים. 1 second. What's the source of the עמידה? עברו לשם בנעלים. עברו לשם כבוד ועוז. There's no 19. There's only 18. So what's the source now? In the same Mizmor, it says over here, how do you call it? El Akavod Irim. El Akavod. El is one of the names of Hashem. So it's not Yud Ke Vav Ke, but it's name of Hashem. This was the 9. This is why this name is different from the others, because this one was installed later on. So in the Mizmor, David HaMelech would put it in a different form. Instead of Hashem, El. So you say, in this Mizmor, there's 19 times name of Hashem. Just 18 times in one way, and the 19th time, El, in a different way. But it's Hashem's name. אז יש 19. לא, 18 השם. And אחד, El, שזה the 19th one, which is different, which is Adonai. He says over here in Gemara, לרב יוסף, כנגד אחד שבקריאת שמע. But if it's קריאת שמע, you said there's 18 times Hashem in קריאת שמע. What's the 19? אחד. Who is called one? Hashem. So, לרבי תנחום, אמר רבי יהושע כנגד חוליה קטנה שבשדרה. The last vertebrate, אתה דוקטור? הזנב. This is the tail vertebrate. How is it called?
Tailbone.
Tailbone.
S1.
So S1 vertebrate, אז זה, you crack up?
I'm trying to fix the Amidah now. That's why I'm practicing.
אז תעשה, אני אגיד לך מה אתה רוצה, יש לך כואב לך הגב, מעכשיו תתחיל להגיד עמידה לאט.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to try.
Slowly, you're going to see נפלאות. כן, לא צריך לא קירופרקטיק ולא שמירופרקטיק. לפעמים they do like this to you, you stay like this. עזוב, תתפלל לעמידה כמו שצריך, take your time. Let the חזן run if he wants, but you... הוא לא רן, אבל אם אתה מתפלל, אתה לא מתפלל פה, נכון? אם מתפלל עם יוסף, תהיה הוא צדיק, רק תתפלל איתו, אתה תתרפא. כן? הנה, תראה. לרב יוסף, הנה, תראה, לרב יוסף. מה אמרתי לך? רב יוסף, כנגד אחד שבקריאת שמע. כן? לרב יוסף. הנה, קוראים את רבי יהושע בן לוי, כנגד חוליה קטנה שבשדרה. עד כאן. ברוך ה' לעולם, אמן ואמן.